because when I went to work then, when I finished in the clothing industry, I went to work in a brickworks, and then when I finished I was 12 stone 8 when I went in the brickworks, and when I come out I was 7 stone 11. It was hard work. And then I went from there I injured my back. I was helping one of the boys out to do something and I pulled a disc, and then I had to finish. And then I went to work in a bakery near where I lived, and eventually I went with McAlpine's, a big construction firm who built the Steelworks in Llanwern in Newport.
So this was after your military service? This was
yes, after my military
in the later
service.
years, I see.
And this was the most modern steelworks they had. Everything coming in this end, and it went right through to process and went out that end as a steel coil. And then I was working with the main contractor. When the job finished with the building, I went with the main contractor to the steelworks, and we supplied all the plant, cranes, drots, bulldozers, every machine you like, we supplied it to the various departments. And we would have to go and make sure that everything was all right. We used to have to go into the blast furnaces and everything. And one time in the blast furnace, there was in the steel plant, rather, there was an accident. They tipped in the metal into huge containers, and something happened, and the metal, it was 49 foot up, hit the deck and went over, and about 7 or 8 men were killed. The metal went down on them, and they couldn't get out. And another very dangerous place was the blast furnace. Now the gas in the blast furnace, you couldn't smell it. All you would know that there was something wrong when you seen somebody go bump and hit the floor. Then they would send in men with breathing equipment and pull them out and take them to their surgery and keep them there until they were all right, and then let them out again. And they weren't supposed to smoke for a couple of days, and you would have one idiot who wanted to smoke, and he'd make himself worse, and he had to go back in it and stay there.
So it was back then, there weren't that many safety norms, were there?
Well, when I eventually then, the British Steel bought our firm out, and I worked for British Steel for 32 years then, and we were responsible. I was what they call a shift manager, responsible for distributing men and machines to various jobs and going into the furnaces and that. And we had to wear a special suit, which was like a wool, but if metal splashed it, it would just stick, it wouldn't burn you, it wouldn't go through. And of course you had the helmet, and we had to visit every department on the site. And one day we were there, and they put the ingot up, and they smashed that down to a slab, and the slab came off the furnace and went through the paint shop. Boof. Then I eventually then retired after 32 years. I was 65.
Wow.